Gacharic Spin Day is best day. Here we go. Oh man. That is a very Western sounding chord progression. Oh yeah, music video, right. There is so much going on, by the way. Like, in the mix, but in this video as well. I don't know where to focus. Oh, stop. Come on. Do we modulate? Modulate it again. They're out of control. So they're feeding a monster, but also like playing with a monster. I'm so confused. But this song is great. Ooh. They're unbelievable. I have such a headache, but it's like a good headache. I talked a little bit about this in my video about where are all the rock bands going, and it's the part of my brain that is stimulated by like musical analysis is probably the best way I can put it. Some stuff I listen to and I'm like, oh, this is really nice, but you know, my brain is just like, you know, if you were following like a wave pattern of brain activity, my brain's just doing this. Then I listen to something like this with Gacharic Spin, and like surface level seems kind of straightforward. And for Gacharic Spin, this is very straightforward in that Western chord progression, the B minor. I think that's B minor. You've heard this in so many songs. That's The Offspring. The Kids Aren't Alright. Nothing's free. Longing for used to be. Smashing Pumpkins. Bowl of Butterflies. Something like that. That is The Killers. Somebody told me. Somebody told me you had a boyfriend who looked like a girlfriend. So point is, it's a sound that I've heard a lot in Western rock music and gets used a lot in Western rock music. Not necessarily something I would expect Gacharic Spin to go, this is what we're going for. So when I say on its face, it seems fairly straightforward. But as I listen to it, and I've watched this freaking music video like 20 times now, partly because I'm trying to wrap my head around what the premise of the video is. Leave it to Gacharic Spin to take something as common as a B minor chord progression, a Western style B minor chord progression, and make it so interesting and so dynamic at times, and also, you know, kind of bring it down at times with the piano and the synthesizer. This song is really a great example of what music ingenuity and creativity can do for something that gets used a lot in music, and the ability to make it sound like more complex than it may actually be. I said this is straightforward for Gacharic Spin, and I guess that's half true. I have learned that with this band, there really is no like like what's the box? What's the box that we put them in? I don't know. Because as I am doing this, I also have a tab open. It's basically like an algorithm based music mix, and there's a lot of Gacharic Spin on this. You've got Restaurant F, Gold Dash. That's Final Fantasy, which is a Tomozo song. You've got Replica. You've got Halfway to the Beyond. I think the name of that song is like White Dies This Town in Me, something like that. Those to me are all very different sounding rock songs. To sit and say like this is what I expect from Gacharic Spin is almost a fool's errand, because they always surprise me. For anybody that's new to this channel, by the way, Gacharic Spin was the catalyst to me creating this channel in the first place, by happenstance, just finding them on Instagram and going, what the hell is this? This is ridiculous. I've spent a fair amount of time with Gacharic Spin, and I know to just be open with whatever kind of music they are going to do, because at this point in their musical careers, like, they're just firing on all cylinders. Like, I'm always so pleased and so impressed with where they go creatively. And this is a great example of that. Between the music video and the big purple monster thing, there's so much that I enjoyed about this. And I know I'm holding my bass, and I'm still in this iffy stage of like, oh, should I try to learn this? I really enjoy getting to know these individual pieces of music, which always leads me to wanting to sit down and, again, like, pick it apart and dissect it and figure out, like, oh, how can I play this? What went into this? What went into that? All that. I've covered a lot of different bass players and a lot of, like, really talented bass players who far exceed my own ability. Koga is just... I don't know what happens to my brain when I listen to Gacharic Spin. But before I started this whole rant about their song, this song and their music, I was sitting and trying to figure out what the beginning was and then what the verse was. And I guess it's been a while since I've worked on any Gacharic Spin music, but I legitimately do not understand what happens to my brain when I try to work through an F chopper Koga bass line. It's like nothing makes sense to me. People ask me like what Gacharic Spin sounds like. It's really tough to explain, but I always know I can hook some people with Koga, because you can just be like, oh, you know, if you like the Chili Peppers or like funk bass or slap bass, like Koga's somebody you want to listen to. And she is all over this song. Like with some bass players, I can, you know, spend like maybe a day. Like the warning generally takes me not a lot of time to figure out what Ale is playing. Bandmate can take a little longer. Misa's stuff can throw me sometimes too, because she's another bass player that can really be all over the place and really cool to listen to. But with Koga specifically, like weeks it takes me to figure out what she's doing. The other thing that I was thinking as I was listening to this song for the 9th or 10th time is this album that they're putting out, Feast, is a celebration, I think, of 15 years of being a band. And it got me thinking about like where they've come from and how other bands can make it through 15 years and like what bands are generally doing in their 15 years. With them specifically, they've had all these lineup changes and moving on from people, losing people. Move Hana out from behind the drum set and put her in front of a microphone with a guitar, and you bring in a new drummer, and then you get another singer, and you already have like three very good singers who can lead songs on their own. But you bring in Angie, and Angie brings this like almost new dimension and sound with her singing ability. With the amount of variables in place, like stuff like that almost shouldn't work out because there are so many moving pieces. It seems like every move that they're making works, or they've made it work, or however you want to look at it. But it's pretty impressive when you think about how they've been able to continue to perform at a high level and make really, again, weird and fun rock music, all while undergoing all of these changes. Like, I think it's very commendable. And especially when you look at, I think Angie joined in like 2019, so this is their 5th year or so with this iteration of the group, although I personally like to count off my Gacharic Spin timeline with whatever color Oreo's hair is. It's orange now. By the way, sneaky Tomozo thing that I noticed in this video, I think it's what I'm seeing. Because again, there's a lot going on. I generally see Tomozo playing that blue crab shell, I think it's a PRS, when she's not playing the giant ice cream cone guitar that has a secret compartment for candy.
ここがキャンディー入れになっていて、キャンディーを入れておいて、はい、本番投げるという。
But I think this was a different guitar that she also incorporated, I think it was an octave pedal, that little squeal at the end. Gacharic Spin's 15th anniversary full album, Feast, is out a week from today, actually. Today's the 2nd. You can get it October 9th. There is a link in the video, not my video. I'll put it in. Why not? But also in the music video for Restaurant F, where you can get your own copy. And there is a lot of stuff. There is a lot of music here. Ooh, Blu-ray. With the limitless energy they possess, they continue to tour all over Japan. Yes, I would encourage you to support the band and support the music. Let's now go watch Koga contribute to this song vocally.
Get my まあでもちょっとこの音程とかリズム合わせるのは無理かな。はい。Get my Get my Get my Get my
Oh my god.
Get my
I'm having flashbacks.
猫で言うの？にゃーのね。That's funny. Get my
玄米うまいうまい
Oh my
私
god.
が出てきたってなる。
玄米うまいうまい玄米うまい玄米うまいうまい
At least they're fun to record. Because I say flashbacks, I'm thinking of like recording commercials with people, and you'll get copy notes, so emphasize this, emphasize, and I've worked with people where it'll be like, put the inflection here, and they'll read it one way, like no, hit it again, and they just keep doing it the same way over and over and over and over again, and you're sweating. You're like, oh, this is gonna be so much work. They're a trip. Oh, I love them. They're fun. There's nothing wrong with being fun. Oh, Yuri. Hi, Yuri.
グーあ、わかりました。力出ないよみたいな。あ、わかりました。子猫ちゃんで。子猫ちゃんいきます。はい。グー。グー。
I think I remember the part that this was in.
もうちょっと甘えが足りないですか？ああ。じゃあこれでいきます。
Now make it sound
これやろう。
cutesy.
グー。グー。グー。これですか？ありがとうございます。ありがとうございました。ありがとうございます。はい。
Just thank everybody. Well, there you go. There's a little behind the scenes look. That's all from me. If you would like to follow along with me, I do post on Twitter and Instagram. Not often, but I do like to from time to time. There are many different ways you can reach out to me. Here on YouTube, those platforms. If you would like to keep me in iced coffee, you may. You are not obligated to do that. You are, however, obligated to enjoy music, and I'm sorry for pointing at you. Enjoy music. That is your obligation. Have fun. I had a thing. It's like a slogan. Have fun. What was it? You are not obligated. You're not obligated to do that. Ha! You are not obligated to do that. You are, however, obligated to have fun and enjoy music, and have fun enjoying music. That's the line. Print the t-shirts. That is all from me. Thank you for watching. I will see you in my next video. Roll credits.